flowers on stage.
I mean, we are touring like crazy, playing a lot of shows. We've been reaching to farther geographical areas, just going to all the corners of the country. Just recently, we've been making a lot of plans for 2026, and we've got a lot going on in far places. We're going far as we've ever gone north, as far as we've ever gone south, just getting, off of even just the North American continent too. So, which is pretty cool.
That's exciting stuff, dude. Must be tricky balancing that with the dad life and all that.
It's a little crazy. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, definitely. It seems to be changing all the time. It's always evolving, progressing, and I'm just trying to find ways to make it work better and better and just one step at a time, just kind of creating new habits of lifestyle and stuff. And it's getting better a little bit all the time.
So is the dad life everything you expected?
It's I didn't even know what I was expecting. It was like I thought I knew, but it is really, really awesome. And it's it's even better than I thought it could have been. Something that's really awesome too is like whenever, we're coming off the road and stuff and I get home, I get a lot of days where I just kind of get to be with her like all day. And we're just hanging out, from the morning all the way through the night and just getting to go on little adventures and just having moments with each other is just it's really awesome. She's just kind of like just growing in ways that I didn't even, think a 3-year-old could be at this time. She's much more with it, a little bit more just up to speed and surprising me all the time. She's very smart.
Would you say that, being a dad, it's helped shape you all at all over the last, couple years? Like, how do you feel like it's shaped you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like an ultra like focuser of life. It kind of beams you into the moment, and you practice having to uh, kind of, rearrange things with priority and time, and it just overall helps you organize yourself a little bit more. And that is kind of the name of the game with everything we're doing with, all the stuff with the band too. It's like we're always talking about just needing to pre-plan more, being more organized, finding new uh, just ways to be more efficient and making more sense out of things and being able to pack more into the time that we do have available without going crazy. So it goes hand in hand with that, and that's like what I need to be doing at home, but also what we're doing with the group too, and just kind of refining processes and getting to the point quicker and easier and making what matters most count.
I'd love to hear you describe like what kind of dad you hope to be.
I want to be the cool dad. Um, I want to, be able to show Ellie like fun. I want her to be able to see that, um, what I'm doing is a really fun, special, magical thing that a lot of people don't get to do. And just, yeah, be able to share parts of my life with her that uh, it just make her life better and more fun and see things in the world that, you know, I guess maybe other dads couldn't do if they're just kind of working 9 to 5 jobs that aren't as cool as getting to go travel and play shows and stuff. But yeah, I would like to be the cool dad. Um, and I kind of want to be the like we can do like everything together kind of dad, where I can just kind of partner in crime, kind of hanging out, taking on life together.
Would you say that the time you spent on stage performing has kind of shaped you at all? And like if so, how specifically?
Um, yeah, definitely. I mean, over this last year, probably the most. We've had more stage time this last year than we have any year before, and I think it allows you to kind of zoom in a little bit and see things even more on a like a more granular level, more specific, where I can pick up on different types of details to thought processes and feelings that are happening while we're on stage. And um, I've really in the last few months started picking up on the ebb and flow of like kind of the momentum of our playing and performing. We've been going on like longer runs, and so just playing more shows in a row, just more bam, 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 just lined up, however many days in a row. Seeing it evolve from the first show we play to like the third show to the fifth show, just feeling like the momentum building. And with that in mind, I've been noticing that, as we get a couple shows under our belts, this like it's kind of like like a train or something. Like the once the inertia picks up, it's a force that is very strong and is hard to stop. But even taking efforts to kind of um, prep that momentum too. So
Mhm.
leading into the first show, for example, like that Goosema show was our first one of this run, and with this information that I'm talking about here, the guys and I, we got together and we figured out a way to kind of get ourselves uh, moving with that momentum before we hit the first show. So that way we're kind of like first one on the run, bam, ready to, hit it hard. And it's so much of it's just aligning our thinking and putting our energy together. We come from, whatever, an off week, we've got little bit different vibrations happening and we kind of need to settle into finding that harmony. But we want to be able to feel like we're in harmony with each other immediately, on every show that we play. So just finding ways to do that and recognizing what exercises, what things, like how we talk to each other, um, just what the pre-show activities are, the van rides, all those things that will help facilitate that and get us aligned as best we can. Because this year, I think, we've hit some musical peaks that we have never reached before. At least not with any intention, maybe just by pure magic and luck, but like we're starting to get more calculated with it. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's really shaping, like, feeling those feelings of whenever things are hitting and that time we're on stage where it feels like there's like we're doing really good work. We're uh, letting it flow through us and working together. I think just the amount of stage time that we've had, especially over this last year, is like helping me understand what it takes to allow ourselves to be in that space as often as we possibly can, even against the ebb and flow of life. There's always going to be energies from day to day, but just finding that harmony together is huge, and it's really what makes it so rewarding and feel so good whenever we step off stage and being able to trust each other and be excited, surprised by each other. But it's just, yeah, it's been good. So I think, yeah, it's helping provide clarity and focus of what we need to do to keep being the best we can while we're on stage.
And that inertia of like, needing to warm up the mental muscles for anything, and then kind of like that runaway train effect. Once you have that momentum, like I feel like that carries over into anything kind of in life, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. When we're out there on the road, there's just like we're immersed in everything we're doing every day, all day, and you start realizing you don't want to waste extra energy or time. And so it just yeah, things start flowing really nicely. And then when we get home, it's like, yeah, that stuff totally translates over to other things we're doing. Both with personal stuff and like our personal lives. At least I experience that when I come home. but also just kind of like looking, being like, okay, what's the next thing? What do we got to do? Like, let's get this stuff lined up. Let's get it ready. Let's have ideas. Let's, uh, set the bar even higher than we initially thought we could, and let's knock this out. So yeah, it definitely the inertia is it just so it's like a snowball effect, The more you get
Totally.
it going on, the more it builds, the better it gets, the more intense it is, and that's what we're sinking into.
That's so interesting too, in like a team basis. But anyways, I digress. My next question, I'd love to hear you kind of share a specific moment or project that, looking back, kind of challenged your preconceptions about music and what is great music and what kind of music you want to make.
Like we were getting ready to, start diving into our next what was going to be like a studio project, an actual release of a full length studio album. And we were trying to go about it where we were recording and releasing some singles ourselves, trying to keep as many things in-house as possible, and really just leaning on the team super hard of the resources that were available to us immediately. And it was just we didn't have all the resources that we needed, and it was just affecting, I think, the overall quality of the output that we were going to have. And this kind of struggle that we were dealing with led us to many, many conversations and many different ideas of how we were going to kind of uh, raise the bar for this next project. And we kind of had this, glass ceiling there that we couldn't break through. And so we were trying to figure out, you know, if we're going to reach outward, who would we try, what would we want to work with? How would this look? And how do we think that we can, say if we just were like, whatever we need to make this the best project that we've released yet, what would it take? And being asking ourselves that question, just in the past, we never really thought that we would have the accessibility to try to do that. But we went through the steps of doing that and started creating some ideas for how we were going to, yeah, basically raise the bar for this next album that we're going to do. And it led us down a lot of just, more networking with people, talking to more people about options, just kind of mulling over ideas with each other about things. And it was definitely feeling like a struggle at first, but we landed on being able to work with somebody that we think is definitely going to be helping us. So like in January, we're going to be recording this project in a studio down in Nashville. And this is the first time that we're just getting into an external, like a big, nice studio that will have the proper resources to be able to do this and working with somebody who can help us. And yeah, I mean, the struggle that we were going through to try to do this ourselves was it forced us to look at what really quality of product are we trying to put out into the world? What do we want to, what do we want to represent our work as? And we had to judge whether or not, time frames, schedules, uh, spending money in different places. What is important to do and to prioritize in order to make that happen? And I think through this whole experience, the team is really like we were able to kind of look beyond and get out of our bubble and look to the horizon off in the distance and say, okay, here is what we wish we could do. How can we make that happen? And so, yeah, I think just through this process of deciding to have our next studio project be definitely more, a couple steps better than anything we've ever done. It kind of forced us to just expand our network for this project and be able to have more people involved and get more collaborative minds and creative input going, for just bigger than our team, thinking outside of it and bringing more people into our space for this. So I think that kind of answers the question.
Yeah, man. I mean, not easy being in a band and figuring out the right way to navigate. jumping again to the side here. I would love to hear you talk like about music and if is it like a spiritual thing for you, would you say? Performing, writing music?
Um, I think it could be threaded back to that for sure. It definitely it just kind of feels like it's just what it just kind of feels like it's like what I need in my life in order to feel balanced and good and feel kind of purpose, I suppose. It's definitely like I don't know. For a lot of years, I've just been like, this is just there's just no other option that I really like feel as good whenever I'm focusing on this. This is just like what feels right to me, and it creates yeah, like I guess balance in my life. There needs to be ideas and energy moving out and through me, and that's just what makes me feel really good, and feel like I'm kind of contributing something meaningful to the world, and it just keeps me happy too. I don't know, when I'm getting maybe a little bit backed up and don't have ideas flowing out, it can kind of affect me in a negative way. I definitely just don't feel as present and connected to everything. But when I got ideas flowing and things are happening, it's like the rest of life makes sense and falls into place. So yeah, it definitely feels like um, something I just should be doing, and it feels like the right thing.
Have you put any thought into like what it is about music that can cause for it to heal people?
I mean, I think there's something at the core of it, just like vibration. I think that there is, um, even on some sort of like physical or like almost scientific level, I think that vibration is at the core of what our reality is made of. Um, Whether it's on a very small level or uh, even up to a big level, I think, yeah, vibration is at the key of a lot of just what we understand to be reality. Um, and some people tap into that, and it seems like even in like old ancient past, there have been peoples that have understood this idea, and um, through that, I mean, even outside of just something like physical vibration with music, just the vibration of energy and putting intention and feeling out into the world, that vibration, it's all kind of the same. But that is yeah, I mean, I think that's essentially why people can heal, is because they're able to find resonance with these, feeling vibrations and physical vibrations that are going out. And I think it like literally aligns, things in your soul, in your mind, in your body, that you feel connected back to this thing, because it's like it is all connected. It all is just one vibration that's happening at different times in different ways, but we're all kind of connected. And when we can come together on a common vibration, it's like it does uh I don't know, it can heal, it can do different things, but it just connects, I think, and uh it breaks down that illusion of separation and isolation. So yeah, it's very hippie stuff, but it's like it's really at the core of it. I believe in it, and I think it's really happening, and that's something we're trying to seek out and understand better and study and learn how to use that and to, yeah, improve our world with it.
Yeah, I mean, you and me, and I feel like anyone probably listening to this can attest to like that feeling of that bliss experience in a show, just renewing everything and making everything feel all right, no matter, what's going on in the world, just for a brief second at least.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Can you talk to me about something that you used to believe about life, whether you when you're growing up or like a teenager or even in your early adulthood that like now looking at life and the way the world works that you see differently?
I'm still working on this very much, and probably will, for my entire life. But I think I used to believe more that through like extreme determination and super hard focus, you could kind of um, will and manifest most things. And you're really in control of your destiny. And, what your choices are your path and what it is. And there is truth to that. But I think, the way I've been trying to grow and even on a group level, I think our group has been trying to embrace this as well. But it's just like finding the right way to be able to just let life happen more so rather than try to control or will things in a certain direction. It's like when you stop fighting so much and, you know, trying to fight against everything, it seems everything kind of unfolds more in a way that it should. And being able to see that and remember that in moments when things aren't going the way you think they should, it's through expectations and stuff like that uh, you know, you might be trying to fight against the reality of how things are going to try to make it a way that you think it should be. But through that, I think I've been trying to apply that thinking into even like our writing and the way that just pieces of music come together. And that's been making a big difference on just like some of just the new work that the group is putting out and stuff. It's not exactly the way the songs that I thought were going to be coming together, or it's just a song doesn't unfold the way that I thought it was going to. But when we just kind of let things flow and let things happen in the most, I guess, natural way that they can, it just seems like things move a lot quicker and you're not so kind of stuck in the mud. So I think, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things that has changed is just trying to, um, yeah, embrace the natural flow of life and everything on and off the road, and just try to let it happen and enjoy the ride while it's happening. It's like I think some of it comes back to a little bit of that idea of the vibration too. It's like these these different uh, ideas, feelings, energies, and stuff that you interact with everywhere you go, with everything, physical spaces, people you interact with, just all types of different things. Like there's a lot that you can pick up on that when you are a little bit more attentive and present and listening better in your life. And that can be the source of inspiration. And it's like when you say, like, oh, a song just came to me, did it come out of thin air, or is it coming, through things in your environment and through your perception? And when you allow that to come to you, you're not fighting it and willing it so much. It can bring you a lot of beauty and a lot of really wonderful ideas, and kind of, you know, you can uncover this song of the moment, kind of, it's like what that moment that you were in, it's like you just resonated and felt that natural song that was being sung of life in that moment. And that's kind of like when I've experienced that, it's what it kind of feels like is happening. It's just you kind of were quiet for a moment and listened, and then let that idea come back out into the world through you.
And it's almost like stopping trying to force everything, like gives you a clear lens almost to really see.
Yeah, definitely. I think, things like standards, expectations, deadlines, things like that are probably one of the toughest things for me. Is like I have this attitude a lot of times, and this is self-reflection, is just, okay, I know to like you know, do what we're talking about here. I know to not try to force things, put myself in the best headspace as possible, be calm, be patient, be loving, do all these things, and these ideas and things will come to me naturally. But those like, deadlines of like, okay, well, I know to do that, but I have to do that by 3 days from now and finish these songs, or whatever, and things like that. But it's just important to just remember that it is just every moment counts. And I could be kind of whatever, worried or stressed for, say we have 3 days left to do so, till a deadline. I could be stressed about it for 2.5 days. But if I just let myself into that headspace and surrender to that for just even and maybe an hour, I might be able to accomplish everything that I need. So it's trying to just remain present and give yourself the opportunity and the chance to uh, channel those ideas that we need to have. It just might work, So it kind of brings me back to being present and being patient and listening, and every moment counts.
Mhm. Yeah, not surrendering to the thing. I love that. So kind of on the other side of the coin of this, like what do you feel like is most important for you when it comes down to defining success on a day-to-day basis?
So I really like that question because that's something that I've been like reflecting on quite a bit lately is just like, we feel like we're having success or whatever, there's growth happening, there's expansion, but like really I do have to kind of keep looking back at like what that word success like really means to us and to myself. Um, I think really what I've been feeling, and when I notice when I walk away from or to get to an end of a day and I feel like it's been a successful day, is really the thing that actually matters most to me is like, did we or did I um like exercise a creative muscle today? Like, was I able to, if that was my mission, and that's what that's what I'm trying to do, if I did that, then I do perceive it as being successful. So I think that um, using those kind of figurative muscles of being creative and working on being a better artist and working on putting out better art into the world and uh, bettering our ability to do that as a group. I think all things after that pretty much fall in line. I mean, especially when you have a team of people that, we don't have to do every part of the marketing and all that stuff. We have a team of people that are helping us. So as the artist, that is our job to make sure we are doing that the best we absolutely can. And so to me, I think it's like when we come away from, a meeting and we were working together, bouncing ideas off each other, and the quality of the idea isn't even as important. It's just more about like going through the act of the flow of generating good collaborative work and creative thoughts together. That feels like success to me. And that's when we walk away from shows feeling really good too. We get off stage and we're like, that was awesome, like heck yeah. So uh I think, having a lot of ticket sales or having a really good response from a moment or something is really rewarding. But the thing that fills our cup most, I think, is from my end of things. I think that it's about like, did we channel good energy and try to make good art and exercise these muscles that improve the overall fundamental thing that we're doing here?
Mm.
Because the more we do that, it just seems like everything else just improves with that. If we have that core thing that matters the most, then it ripples out into everything else we're doing. It also, affects. the rest of our team. They're proud of us. It's like we're all feeling good. You get contribution from everybody involved a lot of times when we're having, big creative kind of discussions about things, projects or ideas for things. It just kind of it elevates the vibration of the entire group. So yeah, when we are exercising, trying to be better artists and working as a team, that's really, I think, what uh has me walking away feeling really good. We're gonna have to kind of keep and reinventing ourselves all the time. As soon as you hit a plateau and you raise the bottom line and you reach a new plateau, and from there it's just like you have to kind of keep growing in different ways too,
Mm,
to make that happen. And that's exciting. That's like when you can embrace change and growth and what it feels like to just keep, it's like this never-ending cycle of just upward and outward. That's what I always feel is just up and out. And like when we can keep doing that over and over again, you broaden your horizon, and you can see more, you can zoom out more and understand the big picture. And it just kind of is one of those things that the better you get at it, the better it gets.
I love that. Well, Pickle Man, wrapping up here, would love to hear kind of any advice you can share. I know you're kind of only midway through life, but like living a life you can look back on and be proud of. Like, what do you feel like is most important?
Um, be the thing that you want to get out of the world. Whatever it is that you want, just be it, and it will come to you. Um, it comes down to like just, yeah, uh, being positive, understanding and being humble. Um, understand your shortcomings and don't be hard on yourself, but reflect on it seriously and try to understand what the small steps are that will get you to the greater place that you want to be. But definitely, it just seems like if you are wanting something from the world, if you vibrate like that and you put that energy out, things will start to resonate around you with it, and that will bring you ultimately the thing that you're seeking. Um, but being kind to yourself and others is such a simple thing that we say it all the time, but it's a hard thing to just put into practice every day in all ways, especially when it comes to even, people that you don't know. But it's definitely, it's surprising how much you get back from the world whenever you just put that out there ruthlessly and try to do the right thing all the time. So yeah, be what you want to see in the world, and let life happen. Don't force it. Just let it happen, and uh, yeah, let the story unfold as it does.
Amen, brother. I love that advice, man. So, yeah, we're wrapping up here. Any final words for all the Dizgo homies out there who've listened this far? What should they be stoked about around the corner here in 2026?
Um, well, I think the most exciting thing we got going on is this. I didn't really talk about it earlier, but the new recording project that we're doing. This is going to be a lot of fun for us to create, but we're hoping that's going to be an awesome album. We're just doing, like a full length production with just a lot of new ideas. There's collaborative writing on this album that hasn't been ever released before. That we're just bringing as all the minds of the band together on this one, and putting together new music that's being written very much currently now. So be prepared for the new album. We don't know the release date yet, but we're probably looking at, somewhere between late spring, early fall, something like that, somewhere in that time zone. And yeah, we are going to be reaching all the corners of the country. So come hang with us. We're we're just yeah, we're doing more and more with just how we're putting our shows together, the production of everything, bringing a higher quality show, and playing with a lot of really cool bands, a lot of cool places, and a lot of new stops too. This next year, it's gonna be the growth continues, the expansion. We're gonna be going, yeah, all over the place, and it'll be very cool.
Hell yeah, man. Well, everyone out there, we got links in the description to keep up with all things Dizgo. Get those tickets for Dizgo tour so you don't get shut out because I know, a lot of those shows are selling out for you guys these days. So we'll have the link there. And yeah, Pickle, man. Can't wait to hear the new music. Can't wait to see you again IRL soon. And yeah, man.
This is Flowers on Stage.